Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about something that I know can sometimes feel like a total chore, time and billing. But what if I told you it's actually your most valuable tool? Seriously, it's the key to doing the amazing, high-quality work you do without completely burning out. So let's dive in.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about why this is your most valuable tool. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, real versus billable time. What's the difference? From there, we'll unlock what we call your banked time, figure out how to best use your admin hours, and wrap it all up by talking about why this system truly matters.
Okay, first things first. Let's be real. So much of the most important work you do doesn't happen when you're face-to-face with a family, right? It's all the stuff behind the scenes, the planning, the documentation, those crucial follow-up calls. That's really the connective tissue that holds everything together. And this whole system, it's designed to protect that time, to honor all of that essential and often invisible work you do.
I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? This isn't about clock watching. And it's not. It's about protecting the very heart of what we do, making sure there's safety, real connection, and solid follow-through. It's all about building a structure that gives you the time you actually need to make sure every single family gets that thoughtful, complete support they absolutely deserve.
All right, so let's get into the mechanics of how this all works. To really make this system work for you, you've got to grasp one core concept, the difference between real-time and billable time. Now, they might sound the same, but trust me, they're not. And understanding this difference is the key that unlocks everything else.
So, real time. This one's super straightforward. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the actual, literal time on the clock, what your watch says. If you're in the car for 48 minutes, your real time is 48 minutes. Simple as that.
Okay, but billable time? Now, this is where things get interesting. This is the time you're actually recording an apricot for reimbursement. And the key thing here is that it follows specific rounding rules set by GLFS. And this is where the system really starts to work in your favor.
Let's look at this in action because this makes it super clear. So remember that 48-minute drive? That's your real time. But your billable time is 1 hour. Why? Because we round up to the nearest quarter hour. And that little 12-minute difference, that's not a mistake. That is a built-in feature of the system, and it's designed specifically to create a buffer for you.
Okay, so now that we get the concept, let's see how this actually plays out in a real day. We're going to walk through an example to show you how all these little time buffers start to add up and create something we call banked time. Okay, check this out. On this sample day, you can see it all come together. The 48-minute travel time to the client, that rounds up to a full hour. That quick 7-minute pickup, that rounds up to 15 minutes. Same for the drop-off. And here's a big one. See the drug test administration? Even though it happens during the visit, it's billed as an extra hour. See how all these little pieces start to stack up?
And here's the magic. When you add it all up, the actual real time you worked was about 6 hours and 50 minutes, but the billable time was 8.5 hours. That difference, a solid hour and a half, that is your banked time for the day. It's time that you have officially earned to get the rest of your work done.
Now, this is super important. Bank time is not a bonus. It's not get out of work early time. Think of it as a built-in resource. It's structured, pre-approved, paid time that's there so you can complete your documentation, make those follow-up calls, and do all that other critical work with the quality it deserves.
So we know how to create banked time. Now let's talk about how to use it, along with your other admin hours. I want you to start thinking of all this time as your professional toolkit for getting the job done right.
So what's this bank time really for? It's perfect for all those things you need to do right after a visit. You can write your case notes while everything is still fresh in your mind. You can document an immediate safety concern, schedule follow-ups. You get the idea. It's your dedicated time to ensure that high-quality follow-through happens right away.
Okay, pro tip here. Here's the order of operations. You always want to use your naturally accrued banked time first. Think of it like a daily budget. You spend what you earn that day before you touch your savings. So use up that banked time before you even think about dipping into your separate bi-weekly admin hours.
And speaking of those biweekly hours, on top of the banked time you earn every day, GLFS also gives you this pre-approved admin time every single pay period. Part-time staff get 2 hours and full-time staff get 4. This is your safety net. It's there to make sure you always have a cushion for those bigger administrative tasks.
And you'll want to use this bi-weekly time for the deeper, more focused work. Things like prepping for a big family team meeting, really digging in and refining your monthly reviews, or making sure all your reasonable efforts entries are buttoned up. This is for the big-ticket items.
Okay, a quick but really important heads up. There are a few situations where you absolutely need to get your supervisor's approval before you act. Things like attending a non-standard meeting or making a major change to a service plan. This isn't about micromanaging. It's about protecting you, protecting the family, and making sure we're all on the same page.
Really, you should think of your supervisor as your partner in all of this. Seriously, using a little bit of your admin time just to keep them in the loop is one of the smartest investments you can make. It helps you clarify what's a bill, confirms your priorities, and just keeps everything running smoothly. Good communication is a game changer for everyone involved, especially the families we serve. All right, let's zoom out for a second and tie all these details back to the big picture. Because this isn't just about rules and rounding. This whole system is built on 3 really important values: stewardship, well-being, and fairness.
So let's break that down. First, stewardship. We're being good stewards of public funds by making sure our billing reflects high-quality work. Second, and this is huge, preventing burnout. It's about giving you the paid time you need to do your job without working for free. And third, fairness to families. This ensures they get the full dedicated hours of support they've been promised. It all works together.
So, what's the takeaway? How do you put this into practice? It really comes down to 4 simple habits. Track your time every day. Use that banked time as soon as you get it. And please, speak up if you're feeling overloaded. That's what your supervisor is there for. And finally, make that invisible work visible by documenting it. That's it.
Look, at the end of the day, your time is your most precious resource. And this system isn't about trying to catch you doing something wrong. It's here to support you. When you manage your time like the valuable asset it is, you protect yourself, you protect your energy, and you protect the heart of your work. That's how we keep delivering that excellent service our families count on. So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with a question to think about. How are you going to use this system to protect your time this week? What's one small thing you can do differently? Thanks so much for your time today.